Let's face it, calling the property owners in Dubai isn't just tough, it's downright risky. Property owners bombarded with calls from agents every day, and here is the challenge. Cold calling in Dubai isn't exactly a friendly practice, legally speaking. So how do we make those calls effective without crossing the line? I'm Olga Sinenko, and I have almost 10 years of experience in Dubai real estate, selling it myself and teaching agents like you. I've developed a unique approach to cold calling that goes beyond typical script and surface level tactics. That makes my method different. It's based on neuro-emotional persuasion and taps into the way human brain works while it making decision. That means that we focus heavily on the tone of your voice, the cadence, the pace, and the exact words that you're using to overcome that initial resistance that you will always have on a cold call. In today's video, I will walk you through on how to apply those advanced techniques specifically for Dubai market, where property owners have heard it all. If you want to elevate your sales game and start closing more deals with this competitive market, hit the subscribe button and turn notification. Trust me, those techniques could change the way you approach every. Psychology of successful cold call. First of all, no high pitch. Hi, that's Olga from Property Zone. Are you looking to sell or rent your property? You see the difference of the voice. High pitch. This is what I'm saying. This is how you yourself always identify, is this a salesperson is calling? From hello, you know, it's a salesperson. From the way they say hello, the second one, what they say? On each and every cold call, what do they say? Huh? How are you? How are you guys? Always how are you? No, how are you, please? No, how are you, madam? No, how are you, sir? No, how are you, Olga? No, nah. Nah, removing this. No one is interested in finding out how am I, and I know that, and I know that you're asking me just to build up the rapport with me. You're a salesperson. I want to get you out of the call immediately. That's how I feel. So the guys, of course, if you're entering with the wrong foot to the client, and he's already listening, and I understand from the second, okay, that's a cold call. Oh well, that's Olga from Property Zone. Okay, she's gonna try to. That's probably the same idiot. So sorry, I'm talking about myself. The same idiot who called me yesterday asking if my property is for sale. That's happening in my head while I'm listening to you. So my answer is not interested is already there, because you're asking me, are you interested to sell your property? You're triggering not interested. Rejection. You're triggering it, no one else. That's okay, guys. So your goal is to have a good conversation. So that's why you have to be relaxed and curious, guys. Curiosity on the other side. What's happening with this person? If you still have a property, are you selling, renting, or what's going on? What are your long-term plans? It has to be reflected in your tone. For you to have it reflected in your tone, you should have a facial expression of curiosity. You have to play it. You have to be really curious about something sometimes. It's like, oh, I make $1 million. Well, how you've done? How have you done it? How you've done this $1 million? What happened? You see, the curious tone. Hunting is quick, meaning we are shooting, meaning we are telling the client that we potentially have a buyer. Potentially doesn't mean that this buyer is actually going to purchase his property, because we need to know a little bit more about your property. How does it look like? And, you know, is it mortgage? Is it tenanted? Just to see if what my buyer is looking for will match with your property. The trick is, guys, if we're getting the actual sellers, they are selling the property. So they kind of have to prove us. They are selling. We're not selling them anything. You got me? They have to prove to us that their property is right fit. So I will probably share additional I have several more changes. Not yet, not yet, because we're only recording this training and that's going to be in a Kajabi app, of course. But now, for now, I'm going to share it in a group. We have our group, WhatsApp group, I will share it after. So the idea is, let me make it more. Hi, name? This is Olga. I'm a local realtor, and I'm not sure if that's right time, but I was hoping to tell you something really quick, and then you decide. Should we continue this conversation or not? Fair enough? Huh? I, I have to double check, maybe. Okay. So, guys, the tonality and the cadence is very important here. Hi, it's just Olga. I'm a local realtor, and I'm not sure if it's the right time, but I was hoping to ask you something really quick, and then you decide. Should we continue this conversation or not? Fair enough? It's still, you're maintaining your status. You're not asking, can you give me a couple of minutes? No, you're not asking this. And you are letting them decide. So when you are letting them still have the freedom of choice, what's happening to the sales resistance that they feel? It goes down because they feel they can say no. And they can say no, that's fine. But how easy it is for you to get no when you're asking it that way? It's easier, right? Then it's go, oh, not interested. And then you're going, great, you don't still own a property in XYZ. You don't still own the property. Why I'm asking it that way, guys? Like a weird, twisted way to ask. I mean, I can ask, do you still own the property here? Don't you still own the property? What's the difference? What does the client want to tell us on a cold call? Which answer he wants to give us? No. Okay, you don't still own the property on XYZ. He's confused what to say. So what does it mean? He starts thinking. He's a little bit confused. Sometimes he will ask you, what do you mean? Oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to confuse you. The property which is over there, like this villa, there's a, do you still own it? This is what we want him to feel, guys. This is what we want. We want a curiosity from that end. Because when you say, hi, my name is Olga, I'm coming from Property Zone. Do you want to sell or rent your property? Is there any curiosity on that end? Who are you? What you're doing? No. You already gave everything and he's not interested. But when you are sound different, when you make sense, he is naturally gonna get curious. He might understand that you're a real estate agent, but he sees that a different approach, which might spike his curiosity to talk to you because he might start thinking that maybe this one actually a professional one, just from the way he talks to me. Yes, I still have it. I'm calling because I have a pre-approved mortgage buyer who is looking to close the property ASAP. We actually, and here you can come up with some additional information if you want. We actually seen the property next door, but it didn't quite fit his requirements. And I'm not sure that yours is going to be a right fit, but would you be opposed to look at selling your property if the price will make sense for you, of course? Would you be opposed? Why I'm asking it that way? Because he wants to say no. What means opposed, guys? Against. It's like a fancy American way of saying it.
Would you be opposed to have an offer on your property? Would you be totally against to have an offer on your property if the price will make sense? You remember what I was telling you about, like, are you 100% happy with the results you are getting from that? No one is 100% happy. And when you are saying, would you be totally against, even if he's not really willing to sell his property, he might get the curious, well, it depends how much I will get. So this is exactly the type of conversation you want to enter, right? How to get out of it? Because you don't have a client? Of course, we're not going to tell him that you don't have a client yet. You have a conversation with him. You ask him about the property details that he has. If he is already listing it, does he have an agent whom he is working with? Are they exclusively or no? But you have to make it feel as if you are more interested in him and a property rather than in you listing the property. Then the next step for you, and I will teach it in a further training, but now I will just give you the kind of the timeline of it. If this property is available for sale, let's imagine that he has already a couple of agents and you need to get the property with the documents, right? That means that you have to look at his property online, find those who are actually listing it. He's probably sent you the pictures. Will you be able to recognize the property on the portals? This is your expertise comes along. That means that you have to understand the area, the layout, so you will have to recognize this. Then you will have to check how good are those agents in selling the properties. Use another phone, request. Ask them. Pretend that they're the client. What they're going to tell you. Pretend that you're an agent. Will they tell they don't work with other agents? Well, there's a red flag for you, Mr. Owner. I'm not sure if you know, but the two agents that the listing, and I just got in touch with them. I've seen your property actually online before I spoke to you. This is my second call. Have you had an idea that they actually are limiting your reach to the potential clients because they are not working with other agents? They're not ready to collaborate with anyone who's going to bring them the client. And I'm not sure if you're okay with that, to kind of limit your possibilities to sell your property. So when you've done your homework, you understand is the property is actually properly managed by the agent, you can call back to this client and have a next conversation with him, saying, Mr. Client, and I appreciate we spoke a couple of weeks ago. I was the one, I had a client. We successfully actually closed just your neighbors, blah, 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 whatever. And I've got a chance. I actually have seen your property online, and it looks great, by the way. What's the possible reason of you even selling that? In my next conversation, I have to understand why the heck are you selling the property? Because it's useless for me to start dealing with you if I'm not discovering your problem. The same gig as with the buyers, right? So he's telling me why he's selling this property. If I need, I can ask a little bit more questions around that. And then I'm asking him, is he happy? Like, and on average, Mr. Client, how many kind of offers for your property you have every week? What are you going to say? Most probably, the owner? Well, I don't have any offers every week. Well, I had just like one offer, and I was just like, okay, and how many qualified buyers those agents are actually bringing to you? What do you mean qualified buyers? I mean, from reports that they are sending you weekly, how does it look like? How many viewings they booked? How many viewings showed up? He's like, which reports? Exactly, because guys, for you to stand out and be different and really sell the property and make the relationship with the clients, you will have to start doing reports for your clients. A simple Excel file with how many clicks on the ad, which additional marketing activities you've done for the property, like sending it to your database of owners, creating a social media post, sharing it with the agent. This is all the activities that you have to start doing if you want to stand out and be different. So when you ask those questions, what the owner will tell you most probably was nothing this happened. I never got any report. They're actually very unresponsive. I don't know what's happening with the price even. When I'm standing and asking this question with the owner, do you think now he sees me as a different level of agent? Do I need to even jump up and say, oh yeah, that's me, I'm gonna sell it, perfect, please give me this listing, please, I need to list it? Yeah? Any questions, guys? It was like a really quick roundabout. We've done it. So now, what would be your task from today to the next Monday? I'm going to send you the script. I'm going to send you the script with a couple of different variations, wordings, what you can do in terms of hunting. And then you have to start doing the calls. For you not to be afraid of being caught, you will most probably have to invest in your own SIM card and start calling from not a company phone, because the probability that people are going to pick up the phone will be much higher. In my time, when I was doing the cold calling, well, in my time, the company was not giving me any SIM card. It was like, all yours, man. Whatever you want the package look like, it's yours. Well, it was good. I was getting all of my contacts and I was having my phone number with me all the time. But the only thing that the company was providing is the screens, which is like a hot desk. Anyone who's going to sit, you're going to be changed. It's not like I have something from the company. I have an ability to work, but nothing else. And then now having your own SIM card is going to be differently a game changer in terms of pickup rates. Okay? So let's put it this way. Jump, get the SIM card, start calling, start using this script, role play it with each other, give yourself a feedback, memorize the lines. Hi, it's Olga. I'm a local realtor. Change it the way I'm just with whatever XYZ agency. I would say I'm a local realtor because no one calls himself a realtor here. It's more American stuff. That's why it's not really triggering yet. And I'm not sure if it's the right time, but I was hoping to ask you something really quick. And then you decide, should we continue this conversation or not? Fair enough? This cadence is very important. I was hoping to ask you something really quick, and then you decide. They have to hear, and then you decide. Should we continue this conversation or not? Fair enough? Simple, guys. Just to memorize all this couple of lines. That's it. And then I have a mortgage pre-approval buy. Why I'm saying mortgage pre-approved? Yeah. Cash buyer. Yeah, a mortgage pre-approved, we know that he has a pre-approval. The approval is going to expire. That means he is kind of serious to go ahead. That's it. Even if the client is not willing to go the mortgage pre-approval, but he's going to tell that. And then he's like, okay, and then you're going to continue a conversation. But the main idea for you, the first thing is to have a good conversation. If he will send you the listing, the information to list the property, fantastic. For you, ideally, after this call, you will have to have property details and the pictures. Why? Because you need to find this property online, listed by other agents. I mean, you're asking if he's listing it with other agents, of course.
As we discussed, cold calling in Dubai isn't just about dialing numbers and hoping for the best. The real power lies in understanding how human decision-making works and using this to your advantage. These techniques help you to go through the resistance by focusing on most powerful tool that you have, your voice, from tone to cadence. It's not just what you say, but how you say it that makes a difference. I've put together a free guide that dives deep in those techniques, including on how to adjust your voice to a different type of prospects and how to use emotional persuasion effectively. You can download it right now through the link in the description. It's kind of complete roadmap that you have to master the cold call and get the listings. I'd love to hear from you. What's been the hardest part so far in your cold calling? Drop a comment below and let me know so I can help you tackle those issues and challenges in my next videos. Finally, if you found this video helpful, make sure to hit the subscribe button and tap the bell icon so you will never miss another real estate strategy. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.